Hey Angie, I know it's been a really ridiculously long time since my last video. I don't really want to address that since you and I have talked about that over the phone. I really want to talk about something you kind of mentioned in one of your last videos. Kind of just about like missing living in Rome in a lot of ways, and I think that's something I've been experiencing a lot of as well. After living there for about 4 months, and then even just traveling in Europe, I find myself constantly missing things that like we don't have in America. Even just like the simplicity of just living in a city. And I know we have cities, obviously, but like I don't live in a city. Even when I live in Ann Arbor, I don't like live in the city of Ann Arbor. I live like on the like outskirts. So I guess what the biggest thing that like I miss, because you mentioned a few things that I agree with, like I miss going down to like my local like fruit and veggie stand. Like literally I would walk down the stairs of my apartment, go left, and less than half a block away, I mean honestly it probably was like more like 5 storefronts, and then bam, there's my little fruit and veggie stall place. And then next door they sold like bread and cheeses. I'm not exactly sure. I thought at first it was like a specialty shop or something. But honestly, they sold the exact same things that the supermarket sold, so not so sure about that. But it made me very happy, and I liked going there. And like it got to the point where like, you know, they know your name and you know their names, and like you talk every week. You go every week or two. I mean I kind of went twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Because my fridge wasn't as small as yours. You made it seem like it was more like a mini fridge. Mine was, excuse me, sorry. Mine was more of like the apartment size fridge, I guess they're called. I don't know. Yeah, no, and also I kind of just miss like public transportation, and also just sort of like, I guess the mysticism of living in a foreign country, because like a lot of the time I wouldn't really understand what people were saying to me. Like I understood enough, but I think that's just something interesting about having to constantly learn new things in order to like survive in a way. I mean, there was honestly times when it was very trying and frustrating, and like there was times when it rained a lot, and I was just like, I'm never leaving my apartment. But honestly, I think overall it really just became everyday adventures in a lot of ways. Like I had a lot of classes which met in museums, and I'm sure you did too, because we took similar classes. Excuse me. But it would become very interesting in a lot of ways because I'd just Google Map it, write it all up because I didn't have a printer, and then just sort of go. And sometimes I was wrong and I'd be late for class, and sometimes I would never make it at all. I actually had a couple classes where I completely missed the class. Like I got there eventually, but I like had gotten on the wrong number bus, and then I had to get back, and it was during like rush hour times in Rome, so like you can't really even get on public transportation because it's so packed full of people. So you either have to try and get in there like a sardine or walk. So I walked a lot of the time just because it was a lot easier than like becoming one with the people. Shane and I have been talking about Grand Rapids Comic-Con. I think we should connect on details about that and consider it a possibility, because that would be super exciting for everybody. See, I have a new hat too. I'm still sticking with the DC hats, but it's not really my doing. It's more or less just what's available. But yeah, so I hope to hear from you soon, and I am gonna go back and try and enjoy the 4th of July, even though it profoundly confuses me. Bye.